It's week 13 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll see David Njoku. He's coming off a solid 102-yard game. It's the Saints and the Lions, next on EA Sports.
It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the New Orleans Saints.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time out, a loss that ended their 5-game winning streak. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive.
They'll be led out by someone who needs less introduction than any player in the league. A Super Bowl champion, the league's most valuable player for a second time, Patrick Mahomes.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
First play, Mahomes looking to throw it.
Flush to his right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
And Charles, we see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back on the field in a hurry.
Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and age myself, but I'm going to ask you, when you were in high school and there were injuries, did you hear next man up from your coaches?
Well, you hear it every week now in the NFL, that's for sure.
You know, back when I played, when dinosaurs roamed the earth, you didn't hear next man up. You heard, oh, no, we've got to put in Davis.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Now London motioning left.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fights off the defender. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
And bringing them out is the top pick in the 2018 draft. Fiery competitor from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what soaked them last week resolves itself this time around.
Juju in motion left. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw in that play with a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing, Mayfield. Able to get away. And it's incomplete.
You talk about this Lions defense.
They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
On third down, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
One of the things we always talk about heading into a game, who's going to set the tone early, and very early on here, we're seeing the defense is showing they're going to continue to bring pressure.
They smelled that early 3-and-out, brought the pressure, and the hit forced the incompletion. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 36. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Lions will take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
But taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago.
16 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
Hall again on second down. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
A first carry here for Kanang Nwangu. Pat Surtain up to make the play. The Lions at 9-2 to start play. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. They'll run with Hall. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
You look at this Saints defense.
Coming into this one, ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
On second down, a run with Hall.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they can throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
Oh, one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback.
And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown!
Jamar Chase.
His 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a that touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. To throw, Mayfield. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
Here's Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, Mahomes.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Handoff running left. Here's Hall.
And down inside the 15 he goes.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And room there to work it inside the 25. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
London motioning left. They'll run with Hall. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Chase, the motion man right. They'll go again with Hall. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Breece Hall with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that'll make the score 14-0. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over.
Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. 4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. First carry for James Conner. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Conner going to get it again on 2nd down.
Shoves him aside, and they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On 1st and 10 is Conner, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
2 things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Screen pass to Conner.
I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled him a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Mayfield. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken in at the 11. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
That's out quickly to London.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes.
Got a man, it's London.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. To throw, it's Mahomes.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Mahomes now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Ron Thornhill.
And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. And the Patriots have the lead in the final stages before halftime. Teddy Bridgewater with a touchdown pass. From there, we'll head to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home at Acrisure Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. It's Desmond Ridder with a touchdown pass there. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville.
And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Kenny Pickett has thrown a touchdown pass. We were treated to a solid first half out of the running back, Breece Hall. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Mayfield looks to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Jonathan Bullard. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Connor up the middle. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mayfield to throw it. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. They run behind center with Connor. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. They'll get that one complete to Connor. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 13 yards down to the 13. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
3rd and 5.
Now Mayfield. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. David Njoku.
to within a score. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here's Hall again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 91 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has three options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football from triple option, you've actually called that play.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. On the draw, it's Nwangu. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it.
Running left, it's Hall.
And room there to work it inside the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Hall want to give up the middle.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Breece Hall with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And it's now 21-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go.
Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. From the gun, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
14 yards is the pickup, first down, New Orleans.
But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Mayfield's throw complete to his receiver, Thielen.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down.
Mayfield down. This ball complete. It's an out route to Thielen.
And quickly they get to the line.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he is going to have the Saints first down. They needed 3. They got 6. Plenty enough for the conversion on 4th. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
First down, Mayfield. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Throwing, Mayfield. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. David Njoku with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Saints have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Now Jones. Jones now on the return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series.
He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
He's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Hall again. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now, during that run, an injury here. They've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. 2nd down and 6 now. Here's a give to Hall. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. A handoff for Hall. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
But what a catch by London.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way. And able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done. And for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Hall.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And he will have a Lions 1st down, and that's the one that should seal a victory. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
Breece Hall
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Lions are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Dicker now to tack on the extra point.
He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Mayfield and the offense now. Down by 2 touchdowns. 90 seconds remaining. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order.
Mayfield to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now Mayfield.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Mekhi Blackman's got it.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
I suppose it wasn't out of the realm of possibility that we could have seen a comeback, but that touchdown should put any hopes of a comeback out of reach. It's been a really quality effort for him here in this one.
And no matter what else you think, you have to admire the initiative to finish things off their way. Don't leave anything to chance, no matter how small the odds of a comeback were. Send it home with a touchdown and get to celebrating.
Extra point try now from Dicker.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Second down, Mayfield.
Open man downfield, that's Smith-Schuster.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Play fake, Mayfield. He's going to let it fly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at triple zeros. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42. To throw, Mayfield. Fighting to stay upright.
A throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for Detroit, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.